All right, you have your weights handy, roll your shoulders up, back and down. Add some elbows, open that chest as you squeeze, and then bring that down, wider stance. Opening up, getting a good squeeze, pulling your belly button in, rounding, lifting, squeezing. And then bigger movements, add a little knee bend with it, little booty back, so turn it into a little bit of a squat. Two more like that. And last one, bring it up, squeeze, bend the knees, hands on the thighs. Take your time, tuck just the tailbone under, and then send just the tailbone out. So just the tailbone, send it out. One more like that, and then come to your low back. Arch it, tailbone up, and then pull your low back in, round it, tuck the tailbone under. And then tailbone and low back come up, and they tuck, and one more time. And then think about your mid back, your rib cage, squeeze those shoulder blades together, round, and then the low back, and then the tailbone. And then tailbone sticks out, arch that low back, arch the mid to upper back. And one more time, round, tuck, and one more time, extend. And then you're gonna add the very top. You can go all the way up to the neck and drop your head or not, rounding through that upper back, mid back, low back, tailbone, and then tailbone, low back, mid back, upper back, and just move through, taking your time. And then the last thing we're gonna do is cross that right arm to the left side, and do that cat-cow on an angle, and then other side. And then weight in your heels, abs in, neutral spine, and bring that up. All right, let's go ahead and grab those weights. Arms out, simple T position, thumbs up, index finger pointing, holding here. We're just gonna do a little heel raise. And adding to that the smallest little circle you can do with your arms, nice and straight, and then reverse it. So heel raise, arm circles. And we're gonna keep these circles tight and tiny. Just reverse every couple of lifts. And keep that going for me. Shoulders might be getting a little achy breaky by now. And hopefully those calves are maybe feeling a little bit. Abs are in, tailbone is long, ribs are gently pulled down. And relax. Let those arms drop. Let the weights give you a little extra stretch. Move them both into your left hand. Let that shoulder drop. And then over to your right. And let that shoulder drop. All right, and then just a quick little stretch. You can keep your hand or your weights in your hands if that's okay with you. Little stretch for those calves. So left leg goes back, lunge into your right. Bend that left knee a little bit. Roll up, turn the toes in, heel out, lunge it, bend it, and bring it up. Left leg forward, right leg back, and you'll take a little lunge, press that heel down, bend it, roll up, toe in, heel out, and bend it. All right, and then we're just gonna hold those weights here or here, whichever's comfortable. Step out with your right foot, go into your little curtsy, chest up. Two more. And then standing, we're just gonna go into our lateral raise. As the arms come up, the pinkies rotate towards the sky, elbows lead the way. So you always want your elbows higher than your wrists. And then we add that on with your curtsy. Few more. And then on this last one, step into it, hold your weight steady, lift your back leg, balance on your right foot, come up an inch and down an inch. Tiny, small movement. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. So just get your curtsy going a few times. When you're ready, you can add that lateral raise. Again, turning it up. So pinkies to the sky, thumb down. Last one, hands can rest. Weight on your front leg, back leg down, lift and lower an inch. And bring that up. All right, weights can come down to your mat. Shoulders roll up, back and down, and then you're just gonna make your way to your mat, please. So seated position, sitting up nice and tall, knees are bent, feet are on the ground, weights are handy. Shoulders back and down, grab hold of those hamstrings, give yourself a little hinge back, and then pull those abs and ribs in to support that. Then let go with your hands, see how that is, and then use your hands to lift yourself back up. So tiny little controlled movement. You can start using or stop using your hands, start doing without if you want. And then if you'd like, grab a single weight. As you go back, see if you can lift that weight up a little bit and make sure you lower it before you try to come back up again. Then you can, of course, add that second weight. And as you lean back, you can open the arms if that feels okay, lower them before you come up. Make sure it's okay on your shoulders though. And of course, you can bring them up into cactus or a V or an I, or you can go back to that single weight if that felt like too much. You're going to do 4 more of whatever you're doing. 3 more. And when you get to that last one, go ahead, slide your weights back. As you're ready, grab hold of your hamstrings and lower yourself down and pull those knees in. Give yourself a nice little stretch. Let's put that right leg out on the ground, hug that left knee in, little one side of the back stretch. And then switch that up, right knee comes in, left leg extends. And then both feet on the ground as you reach for your weights. They're going to come right above you. We're just going to do some quick little shoulder retractions. So shoulders press into the mat, back of the neck is long. Think about the outside edge of your shoulders, right? Not just the skinny part, but the widest breadth of your shoulder. And as you do it, can you keep your chin down and your ribs flat? 2 more. Leave those shoulders there, legs stacked tabletop, right leg reaches, left arm and right leg reach in opposite directions. Inhale everything back to center, exhale right arm, left leg. Keep that going. Inhaling at center, exhaling, stretching and reaching. And the point, of course, is that your abs stay consistently strong and flat. Your low back stays the same distance from the ground. Your tailbone is lengthened out, unless you're in that pelvic tilt for protecting your low back. And relax. Grab those weights on the fronts of your shins, give a little break here. And then we'll do the same thing with double leg stretch, but we'll start with just a single weight in your hands. Again, right above you, shoulder retraction, back of the neck is long. Arms, both arms extend overhead, legs reach the other way, but you're not going to let those ribs pop up in that low back lift. Exhale, tap the knees. Inhale to stretch and reach. Exhale to tap. And of course, you can do this without your weights. If you wanted to add on, one option would be to add a second weight in your hands. And the final option would be to put one of the weights below your knees. Just notice that that's going to add more resistance below your waist. So more challenge to that low back staying in place. If that feels like too much, go back to just the weights in your hand, one weight or both. So, different days we feel differently. Do what makes sense for you today, not what you were able to do last week. And last one, we're going to hold it with the toes reaching and the arms reaching, head in line, shoulders down your spine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, give that a quick little hug. While those knees are there, let's take that weight below your knees again. Bring one weight into your left hand and bring it off to the left for now. And then with those knees stacked tabletop, abs in, let those knees rotate left and center, left and center. One more time like that, left and center. Then they're going to go right and center, right and center. One more like that, right, center. New challenge, lift the left arm off the ground. It doesn't have to be way up here. It's going to be out to the side. And then try and go left and center. This is where that whole body wants to lean way over to the left, but your shoulder stays off the ground, your arm stays off the ground. One more time. And then it should be easier to go to the right. Just 2 more. And relax. We're going to take a quick break for those hip flexors. So weights are on your hips. Let your right knee drop in, left leg drops open. Let one weight rest on the top of that right outer thigh so you get a little bonus stretch. Come on back through center. Right leg drops open, left knee drops in, and gently press that weight if that's safe for you and your hip on that left one. All right, now the weight is in your right hand resting on the ground. Other weight is below your knees. And we move to the right and center 2 more times, keeping those knees stacked. And then we go to the left. And then here's the challenging one. The whole arm lifts off the ground. My shoulder blade can stay down, but my triceps are up. You probably notice your range of motion to the right gets significantly smaller. And then 3 to the left. And relax. And again, this time we're just going to let the soles of the feet rest together. Weights can rest on your inner thighs only if that's okay with your body. And then we're going to roll those weights to your actual hip flexor area, right where the hip crease is. Bring those legs up into a bridge position. Use the tips of your 3 middle fingers to just press the weights into place. Deep breath in, exhale, lift into your bridge. And then from there, we're just going to straighten out the right leg, but keep it glued to the left knee. And then the hips are going to lift and lower. Beautiful. Right foot down, hips down, take a breath. Exhale, lift back up. And then straighten the left leg, keep it glued to the right one. Hips come up and down, maybe just an inch or so. And relax. All right, weight behind your right leg. Give it a quick little hug in for baby hamstring stretch here. And then right foot on the ground, same thing left side. And go ahead and move one weight kind of out of your way. The other one goes below your knees. Actually, I lied. The other weight, if your ribs are strong enough, you can set it on your rib cage or your low abs, giving yourself that kinesthetic feedback. You could even take it lengthwise. So it's touching both as you go into your toe touch exercise. So that weight reminds you that there's no lift in your ribs, no lift in your abs. Everything stays secure as your thighs move away. Just two more. And then you're just going to roll over onto your side facing me, stacking those legs up. Knees are bent. Arm is resting underneath your ear. One or two weights, you can probably do two weights, but I'll leave that up to you. Place that on your top leg and then just put your hand on the weight or the two weights. You're not gripping and holding it. You're just simply pressing against your thigh. Lift your waistline, drop it down. Lift your waist, drop it down. Lift your waist, drop it down. Lift it up and leave it there. Pivot your toes apart, heels together. Open and close using those weights as resistance. And relax, take a moment, and then let's try that with the heels in the air and open and close. And relax. Ooh. Ouchie mama. All right, staying on that same side, just pressing up for our side plank. Just one weight handy this time. As always, we're going to protect the shoulder by pushing it back, pressing it down, creating space between the ears and shoulders, and engaging those lats. And the first option will be all 10 toes off the ground, sides of your thighs, or one leg in front, one leg behind, or stack them up. You can grab that single weight. Think about lifting your hip and your arm. And then that weight goes as far down your leg as possible. Hold it with two fingers, press up against it. And relax. All right. We're flipping over to the other side. I think she's gone into her coma. All right, knees are stacked, not for real, just little drug-induced rest. Waistline lifted, hips are stacked, knees are stacked. Weights on that top leg, heels together, toes apart. It's just a little catnip, don't worry. Silver vine, that's the word. Knees together, heels up in the air. Here we go. And relax. Ooh, give that hip some love. And then as you're ready, prop yourself up for your side plank. Elbow underneath your shoulder, abs in, push the shoulder back, engage the lats, create space between your ear and shoulder, single weight, and bring yourself up in your version of side plank, and then lift an inch. And then down to your leg, hold in place and lift. And relax. While you're there, single weight will need to be handy as you pivot over onto your abs. Forehead is going to rest on the ground, toes pointed, abs in, kneecaps lifted, one weight in your hands, but palms facing the ceiling. Notice your shoulders rolling forward, lift them up, stretch it down, press into your pubic bone and your toes to lift and lower. Reach the arms to stretch, reach, lift. Good, you're going to keep that going for me. You're going to do 5 more like that, please. And when you finish that last one, you'll just press back, resting position. Hands down by your sides. Take a couple seconds there. And then as you come forward, you're going to take one weight behind your right knee, not where it presses on your tendon, so more muscle to muscle. Flex through that right heel, squeeze it nice and close. Make sure you're not going to drop your weight. It will startle any animals you have. Find a neutral spine, so you're not rounded, you're not extended. Your tailbone is long, your shoulders are slid down, but your abs and your ribs are in. Flex through that leg, and then hold here, or add your left arm. Hold there, or small move, they both lift up and down. And relax. And let's switch that weight over behind that left side. Give it a squeeze, flex through the heel, shoulders back and down, abs in, lift that leg. Option to hang out there or lift the right arm. Option to hang there or lift and lower. And relax. We're going to pivot over. Actually, nope, let's do our plank before we pivot over. So weight out in front of you. Bring your hands on each side of the weight. That'll help you remember to keep your hands apart. You have 3 options with your plank. Pre-plank means you lift your hips off the ground, but from your head to your hips, straight line. Option 2, all 10 toes up in the air. Again, you want to make sure you didn't stick your booty out or sag. And option 3, to tuck those toes. And relax. You can just bend those knees, let them windshield wiper side to side if that would feel good. And now we're going to press up and pivot to sit down. We're going to bend that left knee and tuck it in so it's resting on the ground, but then scoot back so that your hip bones Heart fall, right? So you're elongated, bring that right leg off to the side a little bit, turn toward it, bend your knee, bring yourself into a little stretch here. And then you can start gradually sliding that heel out, but I want you to keep it in the hamstring. So try not to drop and round, sitting tall, and then press up. Right leg comes in, left leg out. Make sure you're sitting up on those sit bones. Turn to the left leg, grab it, hinge, and reach. And bring that up. All right, we are pivoting over back onto our spine. You're going to take both weights in your left hand. If your hands are small, just a single weight is fine. Take your right hand, lay it on your rib cage, take a deep breath in, exhale, pull the ribs down towards your hips. As you lengthen that arm overhead, make sure the ribs stay down. Nod your head yes, and then those arms come straight above you again. Try and keep the shoulder blade on the ground. Inhale up and over, and exhale back into position. And then let's add that little tricep move. So arms go overhead, you bend, you straighten, and then you come up. Up and over, bend, straighten, and up. And then finally, arms overhead, just give me a tiny tricep extension. And relax. Take those left fingers up over your head, turn them towards you, elbow to the sky, and then press down, looking for a tricep stretch. You can move that hand around, take it further away, see where you get the most stretch. Shake it out, and both weights go in your right hand. Left hand on those ribs. As you reach your arm overhead, make sure the ribs are staying down, and then up and over you go. Inhale over, exhale above you. Overhead bend and straighten. And then overhead, just bend and straighten. And relax that down. Again, turn your fingers towards you, palm of the hand on the ground. Push that elbow away from you for that tricep stretch. And then lengthen out the entire body. Reach through the toes, reach through the fingers. Let that low back lift up, no big deal. And then exhale, tuck it under, flex through the heels, press the ribs into the ground, and maintain that while you take a single weight onto your rib cage. So this time, when your arms reach overhead, you don't want that weight rolling like that. You're going to keep it secure. And then arms reach overhead with a single weight, holding those ribs flat. And then you can lift just an inch and reach it overhead again. Find that challenge point. And back up a little and up overhead. And again, you can lift it up and then up overhead, hold it, reach, 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 keep those ribs flat. And last time, sink the ribs, reach the arms, challenge to keep the arms overhead, but inhale. 2 more. Woo, and relax. Arms out in a T position, weights in each hand. Just let the weights allow your chest to open a little bit. Feet can fall open. And then slide those feet in. You're going to leave one weight on the right side. And then the other weight is coming behind your right leg. Bring it in. Use that head of the dumbbell to move that weight to the right. And then bring that leg back to center, hug it in, try and keep the rib and the thigh attached while you flex through that right heel. Option would be to put that weight, only if you promise not to hit your face, at your toes, and then curl and extend. So hamstring stretch as well as a little bit of foot mobility. That might be a lot. And then roll it down your foot, slide it down your calf, roll it up and down if that would feel good. And then to the hamstring, do a couple rolls, and then finally hold it there, flex to the right heel, stretch the left leg out on the ground, press that weight into the leg, leg against it, holding, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let that weight go. Give me a big circle with that leg, both directions, and then lay it down. And then you're going to bend that right knee after enjoying that openness. And you can use the same weight, sorry. Bring it in, hug it in, use the head of the dumbbell to pull that weight to the left. And then back through center, squeeze it in, flex through the heel. Option, if you promise not to hit yourself in the face, bring that weight to your toes and curl and let the weight pull back, extend. And then roll that if you want, down your arch, down your shin, up and down, to your hamstring, and then flex through the heel. Press the right leg out on the ground, press into that weight, and then release. Circle in one direction, and then the other, and then lay that leg down. And then once more, bend both knees, right ankle crosses the left, press it open, reach for your hamstring or your shin, depending on your flexibility. You can get some movement through the feet at this time. And then cross that right knee all the way over. See if you can slide your hands under the weights and let those knees move to the left shoulder. Stay there for a big stretch or let it twist all the way. Slide your hands out, unstack your legs, bring them back, right foot on the ground, left leg ankle crosses. Grabbing your hamstring or your shin. Feel free to do some foot mobility. And then left over right, hug it in. Pull it over. Slide your hands under the weights. Let your knees move right and they can stay there or drop all the way into your twist. Uncross, stack them up, bring it back to center. Arms reach up overhead, hands down by your side. You have options. You could give me one roll to sit up, or you can curl up, or however you want to get there. Meet me on your hands and knees, please. And let's move our hands up and over to the left corner, undulating through there. and then up and over to the right. And then hands right underneath you, we're gonna do that barrel roll. So you're in a cow, you're gonna move left, roll through cat to your right, cow left, cat right. One more, cow left, cat right, and we'll reverse. So cow position to your right, cat up and over and down, cow right, cat left. And settle it in, abs in, tuck your toes, hover your knees, and then press it up and back. And then wide stance, walk it back. Hands on your thighs, fold through cat, inhale cow. Big deep breath in, and you curtsy, up, and you curtsy. You didn't have to do those. Thank you guys.